All right, welcome to the deep dive. You know the drill, right? We get a stack of papers, something you're curious about, and try to break it all down super fast.
To sell it down to the good stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And this time, you've sent over something pretty intense.
Oh, yeah.
A whole report on Google's Gemini 1.5. You want to get up to speed on these long context language models, what makes them so special, how this Gemini 1.5 thing actually works.
Without needing a PhD in computer science, I bet.
Yeah, exactly. No jargon, just the good stuff, the important stuff.
A deep dive for the rest of us.
You got it. So shall we dive in?
Let's dive in.
All right, from the top, this report makes it clear. Context. Context is king, queen, the whole court.
It's everything. These language models, if they're going to make sense of the world, generate any text that's actually useful, they've got to understand what surrounds that text.
It's like telling a joke where you only get the punchline.
Exactly. You miss the whole setup, the build-up, no idea why it's funny.
Right. And earlier models, their memories were pretty short.
Limited.
Tiny context windows. So they could really struggle.
Especially with longer conversations, anything nuanced.
Yeah, or if you need them to piece together information, from across a whole document.
Combine ideas from different sections, that was a big hurdle.
A bottleneck, yeah. And the report, it even suggests our current ways of testing these AI models, they're starting to show the strain.
We're pushing the limits of what we can even measure accurately.
And that's where this Gemini 1.5 comes in. This is a big jump.
It is a genuine leap forward.
The way it handles these massive chunks of information.
Yeah, context windows that can exceed 1 million tokens with Gemini 1.5/8b.
Now, 1 million tokens.
That's mind-boggling. To give you some perspective, a typical novel might be, 80,000 words? This model's holding over a dozen novels in its head at the same time.
Simultaneously. And understanding them. It's wild.
Whole new level of understanding the bigger picture.
What gets me is it's not just text anymore.
No, that's the biggest shift.
The report keeps mentioning native multimodality, but what does that even mean with this super long memory thing?
So think about it. Gemini 1.5 isn't looking at text. Then separately, there's an image, there's some audio. It's built to understand all of it together.
Like all at once.
Right from the start. It can reason across text, images, audio, video, all within that huge context window.
So give me an example.
Okay, imagine you're showing it a long video, a movie, maybe.
A movie.
And then you ask it a question about something that happened an hour into the film.
Right.
Because it has this native multimodality, all within that long context, it can directly go back.
It remembers the visuals, the sounds, all of it.
Yes. It relates that to your question. This isn't like a tacked on feature. It's fundamental to how Gemini 1.5 processes everything.
Wow, so it's like it has a super memory, remembering tons of words, sights, sounds, all mixed together.
Over extended periods.
The report then talks about in-context learning. Right.
Right.
What's the connection between that and having this massive context window?
Well, because Gemini 1.5 can take in so much information in the prompt, it can essentially learn something new, even pick up a whole new skill, just by being shown examples, given instructions right there.
That's like you're giving it a mini lesson, a mini training.
In the middle of your conversation.
Right.
No need for a separate training process.
Because the information it needs is right there in the context.
It's all there, ready to be absorbed.
Okay, so the report uses this example of translating English to Calamong.
Yes.
Now, for folks who might not be familiar with Calamong, why is this so interesting?
Okay, so Calamong is what we call a lesser resourced language,
GD.
meaning there isn't a ton of digital text in Calamong out there, not like English or Spanish.
So less data to learn from in the first place.
Exactly. What the researchers did was amazing. They gave Gemini 1.5 Pro a sort of beginner's language kit right there in the prompt.
A beginner's kit?
Yeah, like a grammar book and a bilingual word list. Like imagine handing those to someone learning Calamang for the first time.
Okay, I'm with you.
Now here's the mind-blowing part. With just that context, Gemini 1.5 Pro could translate English to Calamang with a quality comparable to a human who studied the same materials.
Whoa, hold on. So it's like the AI learned a whole new language on the spot.
That's exactly what happened, just from the kind of resources a human learner would use. This changes everything. We used to think you needed massive data sets for every task.